So there is this viral video going everywhere now about Randy Peters and Very Dark Man. Now, Randy Peters did an interview. For me, I don't know, maybe the interview is targeted at, what do you call it? I don't know, maybe the interview is targeted at gaining attention, you know, or he was actually speaking from his mind. But however, I'm going to be answering this interview and the questions they asked in my own way as a Randy Peters fan, because I'm a Randy Peters fan and I'm a Very Dark Man fan. So I'm going to be answering this as a Randy Peters fan. Now, let's go. Listen.
I don't know what your problem is with him. I want to know on this platform how and what happened that he blocked you. What path did you guys cross that he blocked you? And do you see what I'm seeing in these trends I just pointed out right now?
Emir Saddam, because you have asked this question, I would just want to say some things about it. Because on a normal day, I do not like to engage in personality discourse, especially when it does not have to do with figures who are government officials, public office holders, people who I am empowered to hold to account. If it is not them, I do not like to engage in it. Myself and Very Dark Man, we have never followed each other. I wasn't following him, he wasn't following me. I just realized when people said tag, you know, reach out to these people. So then I realized that, oh, this person has blocked you. So that was why I was just mentioning that. Look, let me be honest with you and ask you a question. What does Very Black Man do?
Randy Peters was asked, okay, what was the issue between you and Very Dark Man? Because Randy Peters said Very Dark Man blocked him. Okay, now Randy Peters, that question you asked, if truly you don't know what Very Dark Man does, then it means you are not as exposed as you tell us you are. It means you are not as let me know, I don't know the word to use, but for you, we see as a very intelligent young man, somebody who does good research, for you to come and say you don't know what Very Dark Man does or what Very Dark Man do, and you are asking an interviewer, what does Very Dark Man do? Now, first of all, I remember when Very Dark Man was carried by the EFCC, you came out and said, Very Dark Man is, you guys might have your differences, you might have your differences or whatever, but what EFCC did was wrong, and they should come out to say why they carried him. Now, that was when you said it, and before you said that thing before you pushed for electoral reforms. So I'm not really sure it was people who were telling you to tag VDM for the electoral reforms that made you discover that you were blocked. That's one. Secondly, let us assume truly VDM blocked you. Why do people block people? You guys, like you said, you don't know him before. He does not know you before. You guys have never followed each other. And you know, before you were doing Radical Pastor. Before you were doing Radical Pastor, the one that you used to jump fence to go and preach. Before you were doing those Radical Pastor movements. Before you now start talking about politics. Now, it is very possible that Very Dark Man's page is only to see, he's doing it to see things that are, you know, things that are trending like news. So it's possible he's not seeing you, or even if he was seeing you, he felt like this content is not what he's pursuing on social media. So if VDM probably blocked you, it is because it is not what you are is pursuing. He would prefer to see the likes of Tunde Ednot, Linda Ikeji, Gossip Mill, trending news, so that he can know what he wants to come and analyze. For me, like I always say, the way somebody reasons and the way another person reasons, they are different. This is what me, I think. If truly he blocked you, and then he blocked you probably on Instagram, he probably TikTok, he doesn't even know you or he has not seen you. So that's one point. Now, secondly, asking what does Very Dark Man do? Number one, in this country as a whole, Very Dark Man is the one who has created awareness in terms of skincare vendors, medications, and the rest of them, telling them to get the required license and registrations from NAFDAC for them to be able to function effectively. VDM single-handedly pushed that narrative. And when he was pushing it, he was coming online to say it. He never dragged anybody in to say, come and support me. Or maybe that's why you felt you did not know. It single-handedly pushed up these things. That's one. VDM also held influencers and, in fact, advertisers responsible for whatever comes out of their adverts. Meaning, after VDM raised an awareness, if you now as an influencer wants to collect a job, you'll be like, oh, you will think, well, is this what I can do? Is this thing registered? Is this thing going to cause any harm to people? Because a lot of people advertise what they do not use. A lot of people advertise what they don't use. So VDM created that awareness, causing all the influencers to sit up and to know that, okay, it's not just about money, it's now about credibility on the line. That's 2. 3, VDM has spoken up in a lot of ways, even down to the prisons, international passports. In fact, the passports that you're able to do now, that somebody abroad will do passports sharp and will not have any issues, it is attributed to VDM's work, because VDM was the one who called out the Ministry of Interior, called out all those people, and then they say, oh no, it's not this, so it's foreign affairs, so it's this and that. That is another one. Another work VDM has done. VDM has helped tell people about traveling, the dangers of traveling through roads and the rest. VDM has helped to bring back girls who were trafficked. In fact, listing what VDM has done or asking what does VDM do, you are expecting somebody to list everything VDM has done. It's like going to the middle of the ocean to count the water. Listing what Very Dark Man has done or asking somebody to list it, it's like going to the deep ocean to count water. You want to count how many water is in the sea. VDM has done a whole lot. So you coming to say you don't know what has VDM done? That's wrong. That is one. Then another thing you said on this page now, you said that you don't like talking about things except it is government related, which you are licensed, you are approved to do so. No. As a matter of fact, it is people that make up government. What I mean is, if you have good people, you will have good government. If you have good individuals, the individuals are still the ones who go to the government house and become government officials. So if you have good individuals who take responsibility and do the right things, then in one way or the other, you are definitely going to have people with good hearts in government. So you have, if you want to talk about grassroots, it is first to work on the people, because if the people's mindset changes, it's going to in turn go back to the government and affect everybody generally. Okay,